Good morning, kindergarten. I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about what your writing looks like for this week, okay? We are on the second week of part 4 of our distance learning, so it's getting a little confusing on which packet we're on, but that's where we're at, okay? And if you remember last week, we did an informational writing about pets, right? Informational writing is giving your reader facts about a topic so that they can learn new information, okay? So, if you remember in your packet, we used this graphic organizer last week where you chose a pet, you wrote your pet in the middle, and then you told me things that your pet needs, okay? Then you chose 3 of your ideas that you wrote in the bubbles, and you wrote me an informational piece telling me about the pet that you chose. So if you look at your packet and your graphic organizer and that yellow note that was attached to this, it gives your mom and dad directions on what we're doing this week, okay? So it says using your second graphic organizer, which is just right on the back, so we're going to flip it over like a pancake. Okay, there's your other graphic organizer for this week's writing. So, also on the note, it said you could choose a topic you already know a lot about, or you can choose a nonfiction book that you have at home and you can come up with some facts from that, like we practiced a couple weeks ago in reading. Okay, remember when we wrote some facts down in a bubble chart after we read a nonfiction book, okay? So you get to pick anything you know a lot about, okay? If you choose golf and you don't know anything about golf, that's probably not the best one to choose, right? But maybe there is a sport that you play. Maybe you play soccer. Maybe you, I know Junior wrestles, so he could teach us a lot about wrestling. Maybe you do dance, or maybe you, what else is there? So many. Play softball or baseball, basketball, football, okay? Maybe you don't want to do a sport at all. Maybe you know a lot about cooking, or maybe you know a lot about a game, okay? Anything you want. So I was thinking about what I know a lot about, and I'm hoping some of you know a lot about this too growing up in Montana, but I love camping, okay? Camping. So I'm going to write camping. I grew up camping. I pretty much lived in the mountains when I was a kid every summer, and it was just my favorite thing to do. So I know quite a bit about camping. So I could either write about things you can do when you're camping, or I can write about things that you need when you're camping, or maybe I can just put all my ideas down and then I can choose my 3 ideas that I want to actually write in my story, okay? So I think I'm going to start with things that you need when you're camping, because you can't really go camping unless you have all of the things you need, right? Okay? So a lot of people camp differently. Sometimes you need a tent, sometimes you need a camper, sometimes you stay in a cabin, okay? My kind of camping that I am most familiar with is camping in a camper or a trailer. So I'm going to write camper. I do have a truck bed tent, which is really cool, and it's kind of like a tent, but you set it up in the back of your truck on the truck bed, the tailgate, and it is so much fun. But we usually use our camper, okay? When you go camping, you might need a fishing pole. I like to go fishing. Fishing pole, okay? When I go camping, you need firewood. One of the best parts of camping is having a fire at night and roasting marshmallows and having s'mores. Okay, so that could be a detail that I write in my sentence. So when I go camping, I need firewood so I can roast marshmallows and make s'mores. Okay, what else do you need when you go camping? You need to bring food, because when you're camping, there's no restaurants, there's no McDonald's, there's no gas stations close by usually that you can just go and pick up dinner and come back. So you need to bring a cooler of food and drinks. Maybe I'll put food and drinks. Make sure you have water. Okay. And then I think the last important thing is camping clothes, because you don't usually wear your nice clothes camping. You want to bring your old shoes and you want to bring your old clothes because you get smelling like campfire smoke. And when I was little, I played in the dirt and in the creek and everything like that. So camping clothes. Okay, so your first step for writing is just to come up with your topic that you know a lot about, or pick a story from home that's a nonfiction book. Remember, nonfiction is real. We are telling facts, okay? And then you're going to come up with your 5 ideas or your 5 facts that go with your topic. When you go camping, you don't need a fishing pole, so that's probably not a fact that I would choose to write in my story. So this is a good way to kind of go and fix what you wrote. When you go camping, you do need firewood to keep you warm. It provides light. It's how you can cook food. You do need food and drinks. You do need clothes. And you do need something to sleep in. So I could write camper or tent. Okay, so pick your topic, write your 5 facts, and then do what I did and kind of go back and say, is that a fact or is that my opinion? Is that something that I like? So I'm going to go ahead and cross this one off because I decided a fishing pole is not something you have to have when you go camping. Okay, and that's what you can do too. When we do our next step, you're only going to choose 3 of your bubbles to write about. So it's okay that I had to cross one off. I don't need all 5 of them for my writing. Okay, so if you end up having to do that, that's okay. We fix our writing. Okay, so then just like last week, kindergarten, you're going to choose your 3 facts. Excuse me, my brain is not working. Pick your 3 facts that you want to write about to tell all about your topic that you chose. Okay, we'll do the next part together.